Hello and welcome back to the Dragon and Bear Show, where I thought I got the really good movie next time for the intro, but I did not. I'm the Dragon King Thomas Hughes. I got Mr. Geeky Bear, as always, next to me.
Hello.
Because we are pretty much at the final leg of the journey of the DC animated universe. We've only two more left following this one, and one of them's a short movie. But today we're looking
Yay.
at, I think we're both going to agree, the worst entry in this franchise.
I could have made a better movie in my dreams.
I think we all have made better movies in our dreams. Like, this makes the Wonder Woman live action sequel, the 84, look
Yeah.
like a bit more of a masterpiece than it actually was. And that movie wasn't the best, because today we're talking about Wonder Woman Bloodlines, the final solo outing for one of these heroes, and of
Yep.
course it's Wonder Woman who finally gets her big animated movie. You know, she finally gets the movie that we're like, okay, the big ones have had one. Superman's had one, Batman's had one,
Man,
Flash has had one. Um,
Cyborg hasn't.
say Cyborg, Green Lantern,
Shazam.
and Shazam are the only ones who haven't. So obviously Wonder Woman is the obvious choice to get one because she's a big hero. And
I
you
mean,
know,
even Constantine got one.
exactly. And obviously we finally get one here. As they pretty much
And shit.
last but one in terms of actual proper full length movies. And we're like, okay. I remember when it's been announced, I was so pumped for it. I was like, yes. Especially after the Wonder Woman live action film, which was really good. It's just like, oh, I can't wait for this. This is going to be good. This character's been here since the beginning. She's finally getting a movie. And as you say, it's not the greatest of movies out there.
It's a caca-poo-poo.
It feels like it should be two movies. Because it has a very quick flashback intro that then quickly jumps into the present day, and it's just like, I feel like the flashback should have been a more fleshed out
Yeah, that's what I was
movie,
thinking.
and then this second part of the invasion of Themyscira be the second film,
Yeah.
because your big villain of this movie is kind of not the big villain, but the poster villain. Feels like Terra in Judas Contract, a character that the movie wants you to be emotionally attached to for the fact that she turns villainous and then turns good.
Yeah.
But you physically can't get emotionally attached to her because her whole backstory and relationship with Wonder Woman is done within like a 2 minute, flashback
Yeah.
montage, and it's just like, how can I
And all you
get
see is just
emotion?
her getting more edgy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Obviously, Hayden looked at the screen and was like, "Who's the redhead?" She looks back about 5 seconds later and they're like, "Who's the goth?"
Yeah.
And it's just, so how can you physically get attached to this character? So I mean, I was saying to Hayden, I was like, a lot of villains within this universe, you can sort of let slide that there's not much like
Yeah.
fleshing out for them because you know them from before. But I've never really heard of Silver Swan before this movie,
Yeah, same here.
so it's
I
just like, you want some sort of fleshing out of his character for someone that not a lot of people will probably know. Like a lot of big
yeah.
DC fans, like fans of Wonder Woman, that would know who she is because she's a big part of.
There's fans of Wonder Woman.
She's obviously linked, obviously, to Wonder Woman, so people would
Yeah,
know who
yeah.
she is. But for people that obviously don't know a lot of the old sort of characters and that, it's another character that you won't really know of. But I mean, even like the big Wonder Woman villains like Cheetah, Giganta,
Yeah.
they get a very short fight scene, and then they're out of the movie entirely. Like they're like some of the biggest like characters for Wonder Woman, and they're kind of brushed under the rug.
I still can't get over the fucking sound effects that they did for Cheetah, man. Just the, just the meow.
Meow!
This got me.
I kept meowing the entire time I'm watching it. I kept meow, 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 meow.
Mm.
It's just like there's some. They literally should have split it into two movies.
Mm.
Like, I was hoping this was another Hush for me, a movie that I remembered badly, but went in second time and went, oh, actually, it's not as bad as I remember. But I've actually gone into this and gone, I wish I remembered it the same as I did the first time because this movie has gotten worse from rewatching it. It's just
I don't even think I watched it, the first time. So this is my first watching of it.
off the top of your noggin.
No, this is my first time watching it.
Oh, you never watched it?
No, I think I skipped it.
Oh.
And I'm so glad I did.
Well, just be glad that you're going into it and first time watching it going and noticing the badness and not me having it as a rating and then going, oh no, it's worse than
Yeah.
that. What the fuck what was I drinking back then?
Piss.
Yes. Because that's what that green thing that Wonder Woman was drinking was piss. I think we know the best character development in this movie was Ferdinand,
Mm.
who goes from
Yeah, I agree.
a rampaging monster to basically some
Must
sort of
stop
butler.
intruders.
So, you up for some food, are you?
Oh, I guess you're not staying for dinner, eh? Yeah.
That was the only. I mean, even they introduced for the first time Etakand into this universe,
Mm.
a character that was a big part of the 2017 Wonder Woman live action debut, big DC movie. And she was like the best part. She was hilarious and everything like that. And this like pushes her into a nothing character, really.
Yeah.
Like she's
Wait, which human character are we on about, man?
Etakande, the basically Steve's assistant,
Oh,
the one that gets the women at the end.
the women. The one that says, I hope some women here are like them thick.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
I just remember hearing her say that. I'm just going, they like them thick. They like them chunky.
yeah. Like she's like one of the best parts of the 2017 movie, and
She
yet,
was the best part. Well, one of the best parts in this one as well, I think.
but she
With
doesn't do.
her,
She's not
she
really.
doesn't do much,
Literally,
but
the best part she had in this was probably the Minotaur sequence for the fact that
yeah,
she like figured it all out at the last second. It was like, oh shit, I've just kind of figured it all out. But other than that, she's not a standout, which is a shame because she's a standout in the live action format.
mm,
But they kind of just write her to nothing. And on top of that, this is another recast situation. They recast Steve Trevor. So we've had Steve Trevor twice before, both first Justice League movies.
yeah,
And he was voiced by a former Superman actor. And now they've recast him for this movie. And I'm pretty certain he's not in the next one. So it's like, what's the fucking point in you recasting him on the third basically attempt this character's been on screen and you're not going to use him again?
yeah.
It's just like, this movie could have been
Why?
so much better. Just so much better, and it just wasn't. Like, I can see why the ratings on like IMDb is the lowest compared to all the rest.
Yeah. Bit windy outside, man. But yeah.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Oh,
But I mean, see, I like the fact that they obviously utilised Themyscira heavily, especially for
yeah,
the final act. I do like that because that was within like the live action movies. Themyscira was always just for the flashback sequences more than anything. So it's cool that we're actually getting
yeah.
it in the
It
present.
was good to actually see it more.
I'm say because the only time we really got Themyscira in the present day in live action format was the Justice League movies, the obviously both original and Snyder version. That was the only time.
I've still not seen it.
That was the only time we really got Themyscira in the present. So it's cool to see it present day and obviously Wonder Woman actually interacting with them. Because as I say, even though it's present day in the live action format during these sequences, you never get to see Wonder Woman actually go back there and interact with her people. So it's cool to actually see her go back and interact with them, even if her mom is basically just a bitch to her in this universe.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't that much of a bitch in this one now. Near the end, anyway.
No, it's very slightly at the end. She's just like, okay, you're Wonder Woman. Nice to meet you. Bye. I'm never going to be in this franchise again. Bye. Let's just introduce a bunch of characters in the last but one movie, because why not?
I think what they should have done realistically was do like all the individual.
Carry on.
Okay, was do all the individual like movies for all the heroes at the beginning to like build
Yes.
them up, and then like a movie to show that them all like joining together, similar to what they did with the Justice League movies, like the real ones.
Like they had Superman first, then they brought Batman into it, then they brought Wonder
Yeah.
Woman, then they had the main movie, then they did the Aquaman one, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I get what you're saying. 'Cause that's what they should have done with this. Obviously, after Flashpoint, they should have done solo ones. But I don't mind that they did Justice League War first, and they could have done the solo ones after War. Because obviously,
Yeah,
it was oh cool, we're coming together now, and then obviously have the solo ones afterwards. Then just like do some Justice League ones and introducing all the other ones like the Teen Titans, the Justice League Dark, yada yada, Suicide Squad, and then like have some more solo ones towards the end. Like I said, the Death and Reign of Superman, and also Batman
yeah,
Hush, and this one. Like this could have been towards the end where it is, but without the flashback start. The flashback start should have been its own movie at the beginning, because I mean, you look at the live action ones with Wonder Woman. She meets Steve. Obviously,
yeah.
she's like really confused of who he is at first and whatnot. And like he explains, obviously the world's fucked. The world's gonna die because of all this and that. And he actually obviously explains everything to all of them. And it's like, okay, this is why I need your help. And then obviously that's when Wonder Woman kind of realizes, okay, I need to help you. Whereas in this, he's just like, oh, I need to tell everyone about these monsters. They're gonna invade the Earth. And then next minute, she's breaking him out. And it's just like,
Yeah,
there wasn't really
there's
any
no connection.
emotional connection between them. And then they throw them together at the end with the romance angle, because obviously it's a big part of their stories, them being together.
Yeah,
Because obviously she can't bang Superman anymore because he's banging Lois. So it's just
mm,
like, we kind of need to throw him in this situation with the romance angle. It's just like, a lot of it feels forced and rushed. It definitely feels too much of a rushed movie. It could
yeah,
have easily been spread out across 2 movies to actually build these characters up. Because obviously it could have built the romance of her and Steve in the first one, but then obviously Superman came in and obviously kind of pushed him out.
pushed them
But
away.
then in this one, it could have built on back up as, actually, I feel like we were meant to be together,
Thank
but
you.
it it didn't, and it just
Yeah.
feels too much of a rushed movie. That's the best way I can put this.
Mm, I have nothing to say really.
See, I like the rogue gallery angle because obviously the Villain Inc. is actually a part of Wonder
Yeah,
Woman's lore, but it just feels a lot of the rest of it is rushed, and that is kind of second fiddle, really.
mm.
Like they never really felt big villains. Obviously, then they introduced Medusa at the last second, and that she became the big villain of the movie. And it's just like,
I think because they did show like the capsule of it. I think if we had like glimpses of what was inside the capsule, it
yeah,
would have been a bit more
I said to
like,
Hayden, what
oh
they could have
shit.
done at the end of the first movie was show Medusa in like a capsule, and like they'd be
Yeah,
like, the world one day will fear us, and like
yeah.
they've got her, and they're utilizing her blood and all that to get some sort of serum and whatnot to make them
Mm,
stronger. And then the second one build up to her being the big bad at the end, but they kind
yeah.
of just rushed everything, and then was like, yeah, Medusa. It's just like,
And then Medusa turns on everyone and kills them all. But yeah, yeah, yada yada
it's
yada.
just, I don't know how to really talk about more of this. I think
Also, there was no consequences for this movie either
no,
because she got turned into what was it? The Iron Swan,
uh,
Silver Swan.
Silver Swan. I was thinking, I was like, fuck, I've already said it once this fucking review.
Diana blinded herself. Steve got turned into stone. I think his name's Steve. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Steve.
That was it. But then they killed Medusa. Stone reverted. That's absolutely fine. Like they could have left Diana with like marks or scars,
But no, they got this random
pink lights that heals everyone. So
purple.
she got healed,
It's
and so did the Silver Swan.
yeah.
So I mean, they could have made the Silver Swan like
There's no consequences
something.
from this, because that thing is that consequences could have helped in the next one, because it could have showed Diana
Yeah,
weaker, which is why Darkseid is able to bring down everyone.
spoilers.
Like they could show you why he's able to do what he did,
Yeah,
because everyone's weaker at this point. But no, they don't. And also, I just want to say this: they leave the big plot twist for an end credit scene.
yeah,
Like, I understand that maybe revealing the plot twist in it, like revealing this character as a villain, but they literally reveal Wonder Woman knowing this character's a villain in the end credit scene. It's like that should be the ending of the movie, is that reveal, and then an end credit scene being this character being ready to basically bring down Wonder Woman, even though obviously it's never going to happen because there's never going to be a follow up to this.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why would you reveal like Wonder Woman finding out and the massive, obviously this massive plot twist for that end credit scene? It just doesn't make any sense. It's just dumb. It's bad writing and bad storytelling structure.
Yeah, it's not what was the point?
Exactly. And
literally, they could have just ignored this movie and didn't need to make it, and it would still be fine.
Yeah, it literally could still.
It was a waste of money.
Like, I mean, they even like in the Parademons during the opening, it's just like it's like, oh, I need to tell the world, but come Justice League War, where was he telling the world about Parademons? He didn't really. He didn't warn anyone. They invaded.
This movie could have been ages before.
Yeah.
Because where it takes place is it's got parts that were before and then after.
Yeah. There's so much they could have done better, and it feels like this movie is trying to force new stuff into it in terms of adding to the lore of the universe, even though it doesn't make any sort of sense. And then
it's a waste.
But I agree, they could have took this movie out and it wouldn't have any consequences or effects for the finale. It's cool that it's there because it gave Wonder Woman a chance to be the star, but it just feels like it's a waste of time. So what was the point?
Waste of time, waste of money.
Exactly. And that's all I can really say. It's just it's a rushed movie that should have been split into two.
Yeah.
So we rate this. Let's just rate it. As I say, I originally I was on my IMDb account, and it was always the lowest. It was at 6 out of 10. Obviously, which if to convert that into our out of 5 rating, it'd be like a 3. I believe that is. Yeah, 3. But yes, 3 because 2. Yeah, but then I changed my mind and went, no, I'm dropping it to a 2.5. But no, I'm actually gonna give this a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 5.
So yeah, 2 out of 5.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking 2 out of 5 as well. Oh look, where's my milkshake, bitch?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right.
Wow. Didn't offer.
Here you go. Here's a bit of straw. There you go.
You know, I'm gonna be harsher.
Oh, you're gonna be harsher?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1.5.
Oh, okay. 1.5.
I really didn't like this movie. It was absolutely shit.
You've gone harsher.
They couldn't even. Do you know when they made like? I didn't mention this earlier, but I thought I'd wait and save it for my singular review part.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't keep the models of the characters in the same, like, way. Like, when they was fighting Medusa was fluctuating heights multiple times. She got small, like, she looked like just a larger human instead of, like, a giant.
Yeah.
Same with Gigantis?
Yeah, no, carry on, you're gonna best.
Yeah. Like, she fluctuated heights as well. They couldn't keep the characters on model. And for that for this late in the thing as well, it's terrible. The action was a bit shit. It was a bit boring.
So there wasn't any like visual spectacle. Like, I mean, the cheetah fight was just like quick, like it was like a flash sort of thing, like running across and like slicing, and like even the end of the fight, it was off screen. It was just they were in the ship, and it was an off screen fight. Black. And it was just like, really?
Yeah.
Like you didn't even see her become normal again. It was just like next time you saw her, she was normal, tied up. It's just like, what?
But also, Wonder Woman has so many utility things that she could be using, but she just used the fucking sword. Like, she's got her bracelets. Yes, she used them for defense, but she's also used them in the past to like knock people off
Yeah, in the
guard.
movie when she does the big
Yeah.
explosion.
She's also got the lasso, which she never used.
So she only used really to tie Cheetah up, wasn't it?
Yeah, she tied Cheetah up, which made a somewhat funny scene with Cheetah going, "You can't do this to me." Well, you can, because I deserve this.
Yeah, like that was the only. Honestly, that was the only bit I laughed at.
Mm.
It was the only bit I laughed at in this movie.
And she used it at the very beginning of the movie to tie it around her wrist to like
Reveal the
because
truth.
it's the lasso of truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much utility that they ignored.
Yeah.
Like she could have tied up, like used the lasso to go around Medusa's legs, trip her up.
Yeah.
Or even like using the gauntlets to reflect Medusa's gaze back at her.
It just sums up the film. There's a lot that could have done. It should have done it. It's just
Yeah.
they went with basically the weaker point.
Oh, let's just use a sword. Okay. It's fucking boring. Actually, you know what? 1 out of 5.
Oh, you've dropped it again!
1 out of 5. That's it.
You dropped it again, you sack of shit.
Sorry. 1 out of 5. That's my final offer.
That's my final offer. Deal or no deal? Yeah, a deal, Alex. A deal.
Shit.
That's the correct answer. Oh wait, no. I was going to do the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme then. That's the wrong game show. I was going to start that, and I realised it's the wrong fucking theme song. I can't remember the Deal or No Deal theme song.
Neither can I. It was shit as well.
Okay, well, that's it. Obviously, hopefully... I mean, I remember the next one being a really good film, and you haven't seen that yet.
No, I don't think so. I can't remember.
So, you know, it should be a better time than this, because it's got much better characters.
Yeah.
So obviously next month we'll move on to Justice League Apokolips War, the big finale for this universe. Obviously there is the short film afterwards, which is like set after and deals with some of the consequences. But in terms of this universe, this is the big final act.
Yeah.
So we're going to be moving on to that next month. Obviously, put your thoughts on this Wonder Woman film in the comments below.
Do you agree with me and it being a 1 out of 5, or do you agree with Tom with it being a 2 out of 5 or 2 out of 10?
But yeah, obviously put that. Obviously, you can check out Alex on Twitch. He's doing a lot of Twitch streams lately.
Yep, I am getting there.
And yeah, obviously you can check out our previous DC reviews that we've done over the past almost a year.
Yeah, and if you really want to, and you're a Pokemon fan, you can always check out our Pokemon reviews as well.
Yes, you can, because we obviously did Pokemon. And that took us like a year.
Yeah.
It takes like a year to get through. But then again, it's once a month. It's you know.
Yeah. I mean, the Pokemon movies were a lot better than some of these movies, in my opinion. Some of them.
There's more Pokemon movies than there was these DC ones.
I mean, look. At least the Pokemon movie 3, what was it? Entei and the Spell of Unknown was better than this movie.
Let's agree to disagree.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And, well, I'll see you on the next video.